Ocho Tua says he won't wear a Guardian cap. Dolphins running back Devon Achan wore one against the Colts on Sunday in return from a concussion. But Tua said he will not do the same. Tua said it's a personal choice when asked why he decided not to wear the extra protection. Tua was also asked about those who are concerned about him putting himself at risk of lasting problems due to brain injury. He said there's a gray area in terms of what doctors believe in terms of long-term impact of concussions, and playing football is what makes me happy, and I'm going to do it. I appreciate your concern. I really do. I love this game. I love it to death. I love it to the death of me.
Hey,
that's it.
Hey, Chad, let me help. Let me help everybody.
Yep.
Hey, Chad, listen to me real quick. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to come off insensitive. I understand he's had concussions. You know what you sign up for when you play a game of this magnitude that is as violent as it is. The Guardian cap. The fuck is the Guardian cap going to do? I mean no disrespect. The brain itself, Chad, y'all stay with me. The brain itself, it sits in a ball of fluid, right? No amount of extra padding externally, which is the Guardian cap, can fully protect players from concussions, especially if they've already had them. Multiple concussions. The brain is already damaged from crashing against the skull over and over and over. And there is no amount of protection, including a Guardian cap, that is going to protect the skull in general from the helmet, the helmet impact. Just the Guardian cap. Because still, if you do get hit, again, even with the Guardian cap on, the ball of fluid is going to hit the skull, and the same thing is going to happen. The same thing is going to happen. So this perceived notion that
I think
if you put the Guardian cap on, it's going to prevent concussions. No, the fuck it's not.
No, it's not going to prevent it. Just like you can wear your seatbelt and still die in a car crash. Just like the airbag. You can still die, but it does offer an extra layer of protection.
Right.
It's not the end all be all.
I understand what you mean, but these players are moving at such a fast rate of speed. Once you're jarred up there, even with that Guardian cap, and that fluid and that brain hits the skull again, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same thing, I don't think people at home, I know you watch football and you see it. I'm not sure how close you've been to the game. Them motherfuckers moving fast as hell, man. Yeah.
The research says the Guardian caps have contributed to nearly 50% reduction in concussions. The cap can absorb at least 10% of the force of a hit, according to NFL research. That 10% of force makes a massive difference.
I ain't buying them numbers.
Let me ask you a thing. You think a seatbelt helps save lives?
Hey, that's why they tell you to buckle up.
Why? How? Oh, so you don't want that extra layer of protection you want the extra layer of protection in the car, but not in your helmet.
Hey, you hear the numbers? You see how they threw the numbers out for the Guardian cap, right? How did you do the research?
You have to study. You have to do research, Ocho.
Using them. So where the research coming at? You have to do it on the players that are actually playing in the games and play a full 17-week season, huh?
And practice.
Oh, they hit nobody in practice, man.
You know, everybody practices in them.
Hey, come on, don't do me like that, man.
Let me ask you a question. How much does the seatbelt reduce death? How much does the airbag?
It does. Like no bullshit. I'm not even gonna sit here and play like that. I know multiple stories with the fact that they had their seatbelt on and it saved their ass.
Yes. And sometimes, guess what? What's the guy that fought Crawford?
Oh,
he got thrown from his car. He didn't have his seatbelt on, and he lived.
God damn! Why is it in my mind? Errol Spence. Yeah.
Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah.
Think about it. A mouthpiece helped cut down on concussions because you biting down on something.
I ain't wear one.
You didn't wear one. I didn't wear one.
I got lucky. Let me knock on wood. Got lucky and unfortunate. I had one concussion. Remember that you saw that hit, where I was knocked out on the field? Oh, you got knocked out too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mhm.
yours was you
I
got
got
knocked
knocked
out
out
more than
several
once?
times.
Remember you ran the skinny route. You ran the skinny route in the middle of the
Yeah,
field.
hell yeah. I got hit in Minnesota, got knocked out. I got knocked out twice in Minnesota. I knocked myself out against the Patriots
Right.
on Monday night.
Yeah, I saw the highlight
At
on
least
Twitter. I
at
didn't even know you
least
got
four
knocked out.
times.
But obviously, Brian, I wonder where Brian, if anybody know
Oh
where
yeah.
Brian Russell is, safety that played with the Cleveland Browns, that went up under my chin when I had that goddamn blonde mohawk that knocked me out. That was the one. He got you?
He got me too. That's who got me in Minnesota back in
Hold on. So
2002.
you know what? That's racist. That's racist. Because if he got you and it got me, that means it's a motherfucking pattern. Yeah, that's my dude. Brian Russell, I'm not sure where you are. I love you. I miss you. I appreciate you. And because of you, I am who I am today.
I
And
would
that's the one time I had a concussion, huh? Well, two times. Louis Delmas. Remember Louis Delmas?
I was I was
Boy, hey,
yeah.
he got me good. My head bounced right off the turf. All I saw was black, and I saw the little stars, the little dots. Oh, he got me good.
He had Jameis for a
Yeah.
couple of years, and Jameis could throw the ball, but he was just turnover prone. You can't win with Ocho. You can't throw 30 interceptions. I don't care
1,000
what
yards,
type
yeah.
of number
That
you
that
put up.
that,
He
that,
threw
that
for
30 and 30,
5,000
yeah.
yards,
That 30 and 30, yeah.
but he
Yeah.
threw 30.
He was
Ocho.
he was slinging that bitch, boy.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, to both teams. That was the problem. You are absolutely right, Ocho. He was slinging it to both teams.
Yeah.
That was the problem that he had. And so I hope Mike Evans can get back soon. It seems to me that
Right.
he has the least
Mhm.
of the serious injuries between the two wideouts. Chris Godwin, it did not look
Yeah.
good. Prayers up to Chris Godwin and his family. Hopefully, like I said, the
Right.
X-rays come back negative and everything works out, but it did not look good. And Todd Bowles got
Mhm.
this is not the end of it. He's gonna have some explaining to do to the owner, the Glazer family, because there's a chance that hey, you're neck and neck with Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta is 3-0 in the division.
They playing some good ball now. Well, the Bucks playing some good ball too, but you have to look at the opponent they played tonight. The Bucks was David. I mean, no, actually the Bucks was Goliath.
Yeah,
Just to stay in context with the story. And the goddamn Ravens was David.
I
Of
think the
course.
Ravens were favored. Was the
Of
Ravens
course.
favored or was the
Of
Bucks? The
course.
Ravens were favored, Ocho.
Remember in the
That's what I'm
story,
saying.
David beat
You
Goliath.
can't be favored and be David. Yes, but Goliath was supposed to beat David. The Ravens
okay.
in this situation were favored to win the game. The Bucks were the underdogs at home.
My bad. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I get what you try. Yeah, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry ain't gonna be David.
We're gonna
sorry,
change it up
Ocho.
for the sake of the teams, then. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the whale that swallowed the Jonah.
We'll go with that.
How about that? The Bengals beat the Browns 21-14. Fans booed Deshaun Watson after he goes down what appears to be an Achilles injury. Jameis?
Appears? You ain't see it pop? You can see it through the sock in the replay.
We got to go with what appears to be a serious Achilles injury.
Oh, my bad. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
The Bengals win 21-14. Jameis, a healthy scratch, comes in as an emergency quarterback because Dorian Thompson, he gets nicked.
Right.
Jameis was the emergency quarterback. He had to come in. He was 5 of 11 for 67 yards. Dorian Thompson was 11 of 24 for 82 yards. And Deshaun was having a pretty good game. He was 15 of 17 for 128 yards. But he can't seem to catch a break, Ocho. He just can't seem to catch a break.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough for him. Obviously, I mean, depending on who you are and how you feel about Deshaun Watson, the football player, you want to see him do well. You want to see him do well. Outside of that, obviously, the rumblings and the the booing of him being
Yeah,
injured.
I can't get down with that,
And
Ocho.
yeah, you probably can't get down with that, but you have to understand, we all treat things differently. You can't, it's hard to tell people how to react based on things that have happened in the past that have occurred. So it's like it's tough. It's tough. Some people aren't gonna
I,
forget that. Not
I
forget it.
get all that, but somebody gets hurt and you applaud
Yeah,
that. I don't
yeah,
believe in.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't believe in. Look, they have the right. They paid their hard-earned money because in the
yeah.
introduction when he came out, they had Nick Chubb last. They booed him. They cheered Nick Chubb. I ain't got no problem with that.
Hmm.
You have the right. But when somebody gets injured, for you to applaud
Right.
that, I'm out.
Yeah. Hey, but you know how people are, Like when you listen, they don't, man, listen, if they ain't with you, excuse my language, it don't matter what it is. Hurt, you pass away, they don't care. You playing bad, they give 2-0-0, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. Especially, you know how
Mm-hmm.
fans are. Oh shit, up man, shit.
I mean,
Boy.
I can might dislike something or someone,
Right.
but I'm not going to
Mhm.
applaud mishap. I'm not going to have applaud unfortunateness.
Right.
Somebody
Right.
getting injured, or somebody that people like that. Oh, I'm happy, huh?
Yeah.
You happy? Nah, I don't operate like that. No matter what I think of
Yeah.
somebody, I don't wish
Hmm.
death on them.
Yeah.
I don't,
Never
and I
that.
don't wish injury on someone because like I said, you paid your money. You want to
Hmm.
boo the man. But there's never going to be a situation, Ocho, where somebody gets
Right.
injured and I'm going to be happy.
You clapping? Yeah. Yeah. But again, when it comes to fans, and you know how fans are, they're very fickle. Very, very fickle. Things haven't been going well in Cleveland, for them. Um, Based on the quarterback play throughout the season this year, they probably wanted a change at the quarterback position, and just everything coming full circle, and him going down. And I think with the frustration from the fans, and that's what we got today. Obviously,
Uh,
the stuff that happened off the field didn't make it any better.
Joe Burrow was 15 to 25, 181, 2 touchdowns. He got sacked 3 times. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, Ocho, they didn't do anything spectacular. I mean, they had 20. Think
Oh,
about Ocho. They had 25 rushes for 59 yards.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
the
yeah.
turnovers they got a 100-yard kickoff return, and they got a short field. Thompson turned the ball over twice. But it wasn't like
Yep.
they did anything spectacular. T. Higgins had 4 for 82. Chase had 5 for
Hmm.
55. They both caught a touchdown, but
Yeah.
that was it. I mean, if you look at it, 25, 25. So again, another 50 plus plays, which is
Hmm.
crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
50 plays,
Yeah.
but it's not how many plays, it's making the plays that you have count.
Please.
And when they got
Hmm.
opportunities, uh, Chase made a guy miss, caught a quick pass, made a guy miss, hit the seam, he was in the end zone. Chase ran a great route.
Hmm.
Joe threw a great ball, touchdown. And, like I said, they got the 100-yard kick return to start the game, Ocho.
Yep. Charlie Jones. Yep. Oh, that first play on the inside, that was a slant route. Double slants. That was T. And then it was Chase that caught the fade on Greg Newsome. You saw he hit the Tyrone
Yeah.
Lue and stepped
Yeah.
over.
Uh,
Boy, listen. And the Brown got a real good defense, man. I love me some Denzel Ward, boy. I love that boy.
you
That boy,
can't
he
yeah, but
nice.
the
He nice.
offense,
Great.
though.
It's bad. And so Jameis Winston's going to be the starter from
He
now on.
might. I mean, it all depends on Dorian Thompson.
I think he might. He is the
Well,
starter.
if Dorian Thompson is healthy, he came in because
No, but remember, Jameis Wilson was a healthy scratch today. He wasn't even dressed.
he was the third quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, so third quarterback wasn't dressed.
No, they dressed him.
Nah, let's bet. Bet $5.
Yeah, Deshaun went in. I mean, Thompson went in after Deshaun got hurt.
Right, but I'm saying they went in the game with two quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Jameis Winston wasn't dressed
but
today.
I'm saying there's a reason why he wasn't dressed, Ocho, because
Why?
You put him up, you put a third quarterback up, that means you got to take an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, a wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, you got to take somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're
So,
saying.
and unless Jameis planning on running down there on punt, a kickoff, a kick return, we can't have him drafted. Now,
so he is going to be the starter, or Dorian Thompson going to be the starter?
Thompson got nicked. We don't know the significance of the injury. So once we find out the significance, he could be the starter. Because Thompson's injury is so bad, he might not be able to play. Then you have.
Wait, hold on. I just thought about that. I'm tripping. So Dorian Thompson was the second string quarterback?
So there's a possibility if Thompson is nicked really good or bad, however you want to look at it, he might not be able to play next week. And then you won't have any choice but to put Jameis, because we know Deshaun's not playing.
Yeah. Damn, that's unfortunate.
It is.
Man.
It is. And what's Cleveland, what you're thinking, what could have been, it's over. It's over, Ocho.
Hey, oh my goodness, man. Just like never mind. I don't want to talk about that, because that's nasty.
It is.
Seeing that thing pop, when they do it in slow motion, and you can see the vibration through the sock, the little ripple.
Yep.
I knew exactly what it was.
But let's be real though. But Aaron Rodgers hadn't played well this year, Ocho.
Oh yeah.
Let's not. I understand what he was in Green Bay, but we haven't seen that yet with the Jets. And it's going to be very interesting to see if he can get back. Now, do I expect him to be what he was in those MVP seasons? I don't, Ocho. I don't. He's coming off an Achilles and he's 40 years old.
Yeah, but also when you have a weapon like that, you can count on every goddamn time. If you've been watching the Jets games, I've been watching the Jets games. Like, maybe you got a young bull like 17, man, that can actually get open like that. I really think even pre-Achilles injury, he could always count on them boys to be open.
Yeah, but he had.
That's the reason he was able to win that MVP, because he was able to get the ball to them. He was able to facilitate, and they were always open. He knew where everybody was going to be. They were always in the right spot. There would be no mistakes like you saw the other night where he threw the ball to Mike Williams, and Mike Williams wasn't on the red line.
I don't like that. Ocho, you got to eat that one. What you say?
You got to eat that one.
What you say is there's a little miscommunication. You don't.
Yeah.
Now we get behind closed doors. He's like, hey, I'm expecting you to be X, Y, right here.
Right. He released inside, but he never got back out. If they playing two and you got the go ball, if you're gonna release outside, get back out there to the red line so the quarterback got somewhere to go with it.
How many times you think during the course of the game a receiver runs the wrong route, the quarterback has the wrong read, and we don't know about it because they don't discuss it. And then once we get behind closed doors, that's what we do. Yeah. That's why
I'm sure it happened.
That's why Carson's Ocho, don't show me up. John was the same.
I never forget.
John was the same way. Yeah. Troy was the same way. Peyton Manning, you heard Peyton Manning. Quarterbacks are, you understand. They control the food on the table. Now, they'll control whether you get to eat a lot or little. Now, how much you want to eat?
Yeah.
Now I'm okay.
You better be careful.
You absolutely better be careful.
I'm glad you just said that. I don't think this was. Let me tell you how I want chat those of you to look at my stats when you get the chance. Look at my stats. Unc, I don't remember what year this was, but I was kind of disgruntled. And I don't think I asked for a trade. It might have been Drew. I kind of got sick of the media blaming me for the reason we were losing. So they were putting everything on me because obviously I was the one having all the fun and whatever. So they started to turn on me a little bit, our own media in Cincinnati. And I said, you know what? Well, hey, I want to trade. I want out. Something like that. And I remember the Commanders at that time and Dan Snyder, they offered the Bengals a 1-for-1. And Mike Brown said no. We're not going to set a precedent that a player can come in and say, okay, he's not happy and say, oh, you know what? I want out. I want to trade. Nah, it ain't happening. So they turned that down, right? I'm just coming off a really good season. Despite me being disgruntled, I don't know what they did offensively or how they weren't able to get me the ball that particular year. All of a sudden, I had about 500 yards
In Cincinnati?
the whole
Was,
season. I,
was
I
that your
swear to God,
last
and
year?
it
Was
was
that the last year with you as T.O.?
no. It's like I was coming off maybe a 1,200, 13-yard season, and then I was getting the media was on my ass about us losing. There was nothing. I was healthy. I was completely healthy. I swear for God, if you look at my stats, you look at it, it's thousands, and all of a sudden it's a 500-yard season. I don't know if they found a way like to work me out the offense. I really had 500 yards the whole season. And then the next season, I'm right back to 1,200.
Right.
Like in a sense, it was like, damn, are they that powerful where, you know what? Oh, you want to play with us? Okay, we're gonna play with you. The whole season. And I was scared to say anything because I already caused ruckus and made noise in the offseason.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not gonna do it in season because I'm already on thin ice in a sense. And I'm like, but damn, I'm not even part of the offense. That's what it felt like. And I was still that boy. I ain't know what the hell I ain't know what the hell was going on. So I just had to throw that story out there based on what you were just talking about.
Troy Aikman did not hold back when addressing the
Uh-oh.
disappointment of the start of the Cowboys season. He
Whoa,
took
whoa,
dead aim at
whoa.
CeeDee Lamb and the other Dallas wide receivers for their performances. Hold on. Through the first 6 games. I think the routes are terrible. I think they run terrible routes. And I've always thought that beyond this year, I think CeeDee's got to improve in his route running. And as a quarterback, if you're not certain where the guys are going to be consistently, it's hard to play that position. I see guys lazy coming off the line of scrimmage. Sometimes they run. Usually if they do, it's because they're anticipating they're going to get the football on that play. But if they're not, they don't. And it all ties together. So I'm not impressed with that part of the game. Troy also talked about CeeDee missing minicamp. I'm an old school guy. I just believe practice matters. So do I. I believe that having the team together matters. So do I. So if I knew I was going to be signing him anyway, I would have had to sign so he'd be working out with my quarterback and doing things that they should be doing. Ocho, you see, this is what I like, Ocho. I like when I like when
Right.
white quarterbacks say that.
Right.
Because they don't get labeled as haters or jealous. See, when you and I say that, if I'd have said the exact same thing, which I'm saying, oh, you a hater, right. You jealous, you bringing the black man down. Now, what y'all gonna say about Troy? I'm listening. Jump in the comments. What y'all gonna say about Troy? What y'all gonna say Troy? He jealous? He a hater? He envious? Because that's what y'all do. When we try to offer critique for what we see having played the game, y'all kill us, y'all beat us up. Now, what y'all gonna say about Troy?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ocho. But CeeDee was never, Ocho, I never looked at CeeDee as a route runner. Right. CeeDee is a guy that's tremendous run after the catch. Mm-hmm. He's not a route runner. He's not technically sound like Jetta. He's not technically sound like Devontae. He's not a route runner. He's not like Torrey Holt. He's not like Keenan McCardle. He's not like Jimmy Smith. Yeah. He's not like you, Ocho. That's not what he is. And that's okay. But what I do agree with Troy is that, bro, even when you not get the ball, you got to bust your butt off the ball.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't like the fact him singling out CD, him singling out Dak. I mean, I hear a lot of CD this, CD that, CD, but hell, the goddamn defense is atrocious. The defense is atrocious.
Offense ain't much better.
Everything is magnified now because you're losing. So now when you're losing, everything is magnified. So now they nitpick at every little goddamn thing.
But you know that going in. Ocho, what's going to happen? You start to lose. They say you lose because you sat on your helmet. You start to lose because your locker room dirty. I told him.
Yes, you do.
Jared talking about when we don't need him at practice. I said, you see how dumb that sound? Now you know you're going to sign him or we're going to get it. We knew we were going to sign him. Why would you? What do you mean he doesn't get anything at practice? Yeah. Do you see the connection or the non-connection that he and Dak has had for the first 6 games?
The Wi-Fi is off a little bit. You get that. No matter what y'all did the previous year, you have to get in the lab. You got to get in the lab and rebuild that chemistry all up again. You got to unplug your router, plug it back in, and restart. Every season, you got to do it. And you can't do it in the off season when you're just by yourself. In a structured environment with people
No, you
pulling
need
and
to work
tugging
with your
and
core.
pushing on you, that's
That's what
when you
camp
get it
is for.
done. And if you knew you was gonna sign him, why wait? Why
That's
play the
why,
game? You did the
Ocho.
same thing with goddamn Zeke. You did the same thing with Zeke.
Thank you.
Are you serious about winning? Then you need all your players together. You need them all together when it counts and when it matters. Mini camp, training camp, all season workouts. Come on, man.
But here's the thing though, Ocho, is that we know
Yeah,
Troy. Troy got in Mike's ass.
right.
He demanded excellence from Mike. So this is not, but I just
Accountable, right.
believe you got to hold guys
Yes,
accountable.
sir.
It is an absolute must. Now, I'm not telling you what somebody told me to say. I'm telling you, having been in situation, the standard is the standard, and we don't change that standard because of who you are. We play to the standard, and whatever happens after that, we live with it. But we're not going to come in. Oh no. No. When we hit that field,
Yes, sir.
we had an expectation. I don't know how everybody else did it, but when we hit that field in Denver,
y'all listen. Y'all was a well-oiled machine, boy. Y'all was a well-oiled machine. Well-oiled machine.
there was an expectation, Ocho.
Right.
There was an expectation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
We played to a standard. We know what was we knew what was expected of us from each and every one of us. John had to play we had a standard here.
Right.
But John needed to play to his standard. 84 needed to play to his standard. So did 30. So did 87 and 80. Everybody played to the standard.
Right.
And then whatever happens after that, we live with it. But it wasn't, people think you get good in the games.
Yeah.
You win the games Monday through Friday. Everything is tied together. Anybody that tells you that it's not, don't play the game. And they've never played the game. That's when you win the game. It's what you do in the meetings. How attentive are you? And practice. Yeah, I know. Practice. Yeah.
You need it.
I just don't get these guys.
And listen, we talk about Troy, talk about CD, talk about Dak. And have you seen the goddamn schedule for the Cowboys? The next 3 games, hell, the next 5 in a row. Boy, it can get ugly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can get real ugly. I'm not sure when DeMarcus Lawrence comes back. I'm not sure how long he's out. I'm not sure how long Micah Parsons is out. But it can get ugly real fast. For a team that's been 12-5 the past 3 seasons.
Well, Mike has missed the game. He's missed the game. So they're on a bye week. So 3 weeks, it all depends on how bad that high ankle sprain is. For him to come back, I don't know D-Law's injury. I don't know his injury, so I don't want to speak to like he's going to be out another week or he's going to come back. So I really don't know. But I know Michael has a high ankle sprain, and I think by the time the bye is over, it'll be 3 weeks. So is it a 4 to 6 weeks? Is it do they? If I'm him, are you going to try to? Now look, they're struggling.
Yeah.
You try to get your best players back as soon as possible. But just know, my numbers dip. You know I came back and I wasn't really healthy. They won't
be able to use that against him, though. I mean, they can, but I doubt they would. He's one of those players you can't. Yeah, he's one of those players you really can't play with like that. Know. You can't play with him like that. Shit, I could have had him back. I could have had Micah Parsons back right after, about 2 days after he sprained his ankle, the high ankle sprain. Well, with my remedy. But don't nobody listen to me. Hell, I could have healed Kawhi Leonard. He wouldn't miss no damn time. I got something for his knee. I got something for him.
Ocho. No, Ocho. No.
Trust me, I'm telling you.
You ain't got nothing for Kawhi. The knee's gone. Sunday was another rough outing for the Cleveland Browns offense, but there won't be any changes made to the quarterback position. Kevin Stefanski told reporters Monday that he won't be benching Deshaun Watson in favor of Jameis Winston following the 2016 loss to the Eagles. I think there were moments, obviously, that yesterday I think Deshaun gives us the best chance to win. You're not winning. Continues to give us the best chance to win, and we need to play really good offensive football at his position and really at every other position.
What you think? What you thinking, Unc? What you thinking? Now let's think from a business standpoint. You understand how those owners are thinking, and you know Kevin Stefanski doesn't pull the strings on that puppet. If I'm paying somebody that kind of money, he's going to play, even if things aren't going well. I'm going to try to get my money's worth until I can't no more.
I'm paying the guy $45 million. I'm paying the other guy $5 to $7 million. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Why would I pay?
So why would they make a change? Why would they make a change? I mean, him saying Deshaun Watson gives us our best chance to win. Is he wrong or is he right? What you think? Do you think Jameis Winston gives the Cleveland Browns a better chance to win at the quarterback position?
How about this? He gives you your best chance to win, but you're not winning. So how good of a chance?
You think maybe it's the flashes of brilliance that you see? Just the flashes aren't as consistent as it used to be?
He says, I think Deshaun gives us the best chance to win. Continue to give us the best chance to win. We need to play really good offensive football at his position and really good football at every other position to be successful. No crap, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Wow. That is some great coaching. That is that is some motivational stuff right there. We need the quarterback to play good.
Well, the quarterback has to play the best because he got the ball in his hands all the time. He has the ball in his hands every play. So his decision-making and everything he decides to do with the ball impacts and affects everyone else around him, especially offensively. Hell, even defensively. Because if you make mistakes, then they always on the goddamn field on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's not playing well, Ocho.
Me, I didn't say. I'm just saying. I was asking your thoughts on what you think. Should they make a change? Yes, sir.
Ocho, after 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and I get it.
Yeah.
When you invest that kind of money, a lot of times it's just like anything. It's just like with an investment. When you put a lot of money into an investment, Ocho, it's hard to get off it. It's hard to get off it, Ocho, because you want to see some kind of dividend. You want to see some type of return on your investment. Sometimes you got to cut your losses.
I got a question for you. So, fellas that's in the chat, that you listen to me. Now, think about this on much smaller terms, but think about it. You're dating a woman. You've been dating her for 2 or 3 years, and you're thinking about all the money and everything you've invested in this individual. And you keep on trying, and things just don't seem to be working out and going the way you'd like it to go in the right direction. But you keep thinking about all the time you spent, all the money you spent, and invested in this individual. Are you gonna shelf her? Are you gonna say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more?
You know why? Let me tell you why. Because you don't want her to be what you think she can be with somebody else when you've invested all that in her. See, that's why a lot of teams don't want to get off said player. Because what if he goes and be somewhere else what we thought he could be here? You done bought 5, 10, 15 YSL, Louis, Hermes, Gucci bags, Balenciaga. You done bought a whip. She won't do right. Damn.
But think about this, huh? Think about this. What if you cut your losses, forget the bags and everything you bought, because you can get that back, right? And then if she does leave and you get rid of that, think about it not being, that's an expense that is no longer on your tab. It's no longer on your plate. And that's okay. That's okay.
I get it. But a lot of people don't think like that because, like you said, you made a heavy investment. It's just like you buy a stock or you buy an investment property. If you don't want to get off it, Ocho, because you thought this was the run property. This was going to be your Netflix. This was going to be your Google. This was going to be your Apple, your Uber, whatever the case may be.
And that's the funny thing. When it comes to investing, that's something that we always need to learn and understand. Everything we invest in, we're not going to get a return on. Yeah. Everything we invest in, we're not going to get a return on. So you have to know when to cut your losses. And it's okay. Because at some point, that loss for you becomes somebody else's responsibility. Because they ain't doing right by you 9 times out of 10, they ain't going to do right by the next motherfucker either. So if a certain individual, if a certain player looks a certain way, it ain't like all of a sudden they're going to go to another team and they're going to be Magic and all of a sudden turn around and be somebody else that they're not.
Demeco Ryan says Jordan Love will be the best QB we faced despite playing Josh Allen. Bills fans are taking these quotes very serious. Many feel that Josh Allen is the second best quarterback in the league behind Patrick Mahomes. Me personally, I'll take Lamar Jackson, but that's another story. Ocho, do you believe that Jordan Love will be the best quarterback that the Texans have faced, even though they do have Josh Allen on their resume?
Probably. I think Josh Allen is very good. Obviously, his resume speaks for itself, despite obviously the turnovers, but he's good. You can see what he's doing now and being Superman, not having elite players around him, but still getting the job done. But Jordan Love is really good. Jordan Love, to me, is in the same bracket in a sense with Jayden Daniels, with a CJ Stroud, with a Lamar Jackson. You know, he's also a dual threat quarterback. He can run, he can throw, make all the throws. And to be young as he is, he's very promising, which is why they paid him what they did. And I agree with him. Jordan Love is really, really, really good, really good. And the funny thing about it is you'd have to be a football fan, not a casual fan of the game. You would have to be a football fan to understand how good Jordan Love is and actually watch those Packers games.
Yeah. I said, I take Mahomes as first. I don't put anybody next to him, because you see what he's done in his 6 years of starting is off the charts. I mean, you don't get to 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. You win 3 with 2 MVPs, 3 Super Bowl MVPs. That's beyond what Brady has more. But if you look at Brady's first 6 years and you look at his first 6 years, you look at Brady, they were a defensive team. Brady wasn't asked to do what Mahomes is doing. But yeah, he's phenomenal. I would take Lamar Jackson as my second quarterback behind Mahomes over Burrow and Josh Allen. But I can see people saying Burrow. I can see people saying Josh Allen, maybe CJ, Jordan Love, Purdy, whatever the case may be. But 1-2 for me is Mahomes and Lamar.
So hold on now. Matt, who are our top 5? So we got Burrow first. You got Lamar. So is Josh Allen third? Is Josh Allen on that list?
Hold on.
No, I said Mahomes is first.
You got Burrow first in front of who? Mahomes?
Okay, my bad. You know, I'm just thinking Bengals.
You said Burrow is first.
So, I mean, like, talk to me real quick on your top 5 based on who you would say if they would ask you. So you have Josh Allen second before Lamar? Okay.
I would take Lamar second. I would take Josh third, Burrow 4, and I think I would take CJ. Take CJ.
How you put Josh Allen in front of Burrow though? I'm just curious.
Easy.
Oh, that's your preference.
I would take Josh Allen. See how I did it? Yeah, I mean, it's look. I think once you get past the first 2, I think you're kind of splitting hairs with Josh Allen, Burrow, and CJ.
Right.
I think I know CJ is only his second year in the league, but I don't see a situation where he regresses.
Right.
I only see situations where he improves. Jordan Love is, and people are like, man, you talk about Jordan Love over Dak. Yeah, I'll take Jordan Love over Dak. I'll take CJ Stroud over Dak too.
Oh. Ah.
But you know, the thing is, most
Right.
of the quarterbacks, you can go week to week.
Right.
I think the top two are kind of set because Josh Allen, Burrow, none of them playing as good as Jared Goff is playing as good as anybody. Nothing what I'm saying. I think like it can go week to week, like most positions can go week to week. I think when you look at what Mahomes has done, his body of work, now at the end of the year, we could say, does he still deserve to be the number one quarterback?
Probably. Because this is what we see from Mahomes every year, especially in the beginning of the season. It always looks like this. The numbers aren't staggering.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. But all of a sudden, when it matters most, guess who always comes through in the clutch? Guess who? Every time. Every time.
Right.
So at some point, he's going to have 300, 400, 500-yard games. They're going to come. They're not going to come right now. For some reason, they never come at the beginning of the season for them. It's always something. There's always an issue with the offense or the balls being dropped. There's no receivers. And they're not catching the balls. That's what it was last year. This year, injuries. Rashee Rice is out. Goddamn Juju steps up. Has a hell of a game. Travis Kelce gets going late. It's always something.
And remember, the Patriots said, "Nah, we ain't got no use for Juju."
Wrong system.
He comes
Juju
back.
comes out. Rashee Rice goes out. Juju comes in. 130-yard game like that
Watson.
off the rip. Just that fast. Just that fast.
But quarterback can take average receivers and make them look really, really good. Mm-hmm. That's what the really good ones can do. But the quarterback is so hard, Ocho, because any given week, you like, I take Jared Goff. No, I take Josh Allen. No, I take CJ. No, I'll take Jordan Love. No, I'll take Joe. I'll take Josh Allen. And I mean, we've seen Purdy deal where you like, boy, that boy Purdy.
You know what's funny? I always think about when you think about your top five, chat, whoever your top five players are.
What that?
I always think about it. Forget the stats, forget the numbers and all that stuff. I know all that matters, but if you were to put them on any other team, will they still be able to be efficient and be productive, regardless to where they went, regardless to who was at their disposal as far as weapons are concerned? Could they still wheel and deal without being on the team their own?
Boy, can you imagine Mahomes with Chase and Higgins? Can you imagine him with Waddle, Tyreek, Mostert, Achane?
Listen.
Or you put him in San Francisco with that running game, Christian McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, Jennings. Man, look, some guys is that they are a system. They defy
right.
Whatever you're doing, they are above it. And they'll elevate whatever you have around.
Very few can do that. That's difficult. Very few at the quarterback position can do that. There may be 2 or 3 that can do that. No matter what situation they go to, they can elevate it. Don't jump on us.
Daniel Jones terrible.
Don't jump on us too bad, please.
Ocho.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay. You on that
Daniel
side
Jones is terrible. Ocho, the first play of third quarter, they run a great play fake. Slayton runs a great dig route.
Yeah,
he's wide open and he skips the ball to it. Ocho, that is the most routine. He has no pressure. He had a great ball fake. Slayton runs a great route. Ocho, if you can't complete the routine, how are you gonna win? How? Why would you retreat? You in field goal range. Why would you retreat and throw the ball up in the middle of the field, Ocho? Ocho, that's high school. Yeah. That's basic fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that is so routine. I shouldn't even have to tell you. First of all, you never roll and then throw back across your body. You never retreat and throw the ball up in the middle of the field. This is an NFL professional quarterback, and he makes the most boneheaded plays that a high school player is taught not to do.
Now, there's one person
junior
that's worse
high
than
player
him.
is not taught not to do.
There's one quarterback in the NFL that's worse than him. He played down there in Tennessee.
Who is that?
Yeah. When we talk about bonehead plays and
Will
things
Levis?
you just cannot do, not even giving you a chance, or opportunity to win. But I don't mean to veer off track. But Daniel Jones didn't play very well tonight. He didn't give his team a chance to win with some of the throws that he did make. You are correct. He might have been seeing ghosts though, huh? He might have been seeing ghosts because it does happen. When you get hit enough, you get sacked enough, you get rattled, you start doing things you don't normally do that are routine. It makes the routine things difficult.
Yeah. But I think the thing is, Ocho, I just think your team is like really inconsistent. And the problem that you're going to have is that your defense isn't very good. Now, you got away with one tonight because their offense is worse than your defense. But when you play a team that can put points on the board, I don't know how many games you're going to win that when you play an offense that you score 17
points. We're a
points.
team that can put points on the board. We've scored 30. We had 30 balls the past 2 weeks in a row. That's why I don't understand what the hell happened tonight.
But here's the thing. Remember against Washington, how many times did you kick field goals in the red zone? That's what got you beat against the Commanders. Last week, you got the ball, you scored 5 times, but when you needed it, you threw an interception late. You had the Chiefs on the rope. You fumble the ball, they get a scoop and score. It seems your offense at the most inopportune times are not doing what they need to get done. Going up and down the field, you should be pleased. The one thing you should be pleased with tonight, Ocho, is that when it was a 10-7 ball game and they got the ball back, they went down and got 7. You should be pleased with that, because when a team can take the ball and says, we're not going to give it back to you, or if we do give it back, you're going to be down 2 scores. You should be very, very pleased with that. That is the mark of a team that says, okay, if we can just shut them down a little bit on defense. I'm not saying you got to be the 2000 Ravens, but damn, you can't give up 41. You can't give up 33 or whatever they gave up against the Commanders. But when you play the Giants, if you don't put the ball in harm's way, their offense can't consistently move the ball well enough to beat you because of that quarterback play. Now, they can dress it up all they want to and talk about it's the offensive line and those receivers. He is not a good NFL quarterback. It's really that simple. The money aside, I don't care about the money. Hell, he's not a good quarterback for $20 million a year because the routine throws he can't make consistently. What you think? What?
He's not a good quarterback for how much a year?
20 million, 15.
Hey.
He not, I mean, he just it's just hard to win.
Yeah, you're right.
Quarterback play
every
is that
team,
inconsistent.
every team. It's 32 teams in NFL, and every team is just a quarterback away. A quarterback away from being good, a quarterback away from being in contention, a quarterback away of consistent quarterback play, away from just being able to build and get your franchise going in the right direction. But the thing about the quarterback position, as we know, and you know, and those that are not casual fans of the game know, that position is very difficult. It's a reason why they command the money that they do. It's a reason they command the money, not command the money, but when the timing is off, sometimes you just have to pay a person because there's nothing out there for you. There's nothing else to go get. They had no choice but to pay Daniel Jones at the time when it was time to pay him. I mean, where were you going? There was nowhere else to go. That's what I call timing being right. The timing was right. There were no other options, and he was the best option for you.
But see, that's when you ignore what you had seen the previous 2.5 years and you base everything on one season. They made the playoffs. But what did the previous 2 seasons tell you? So you ignore that and say, this is who he is. So you have a large sample size of who somebody is, but you take the small sample size. It's almost like being in a relationship. Your girl gives you her ass to kiss, except on your birthday. And you say, this is who my baby is. But what about the other 364? So what about the large sample size in which you've seen Daniel Jones play and you've seen the inefficiency and you've seen the ineffectiveness? Nah, we're going to disregard that. We're just going to say, this is who he is and this is who he can be.
It's hard, though. It's hard. It's hard. You know how difficult it is to find quarterbacks. Good quarterbacks that you can win with, quarterbacks that can play consistently week in and week out. That it's hard.
And they paid $40 million and they still haven't found one. You can win just as many games as they're going to win with a guy that makes $10 million.
Yeah.
Can you not?
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, Ocho, he plays just well enough.
He has flashes.
That you like, man.
Flashes is that okay, that's why we paid him. And then it goes back to no, something ain't right. Inconsistency.
We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, it's not a singular act, it is a habit. What do you repeatedly do? If you look at Daniel Jones' body of work, what has he repeatedly done? Played bad. He has more instances in which he's played bad, inconsistent, ineffective than he has playing good, being effective.
You just said something really effective, really profound. It's very simple, but we are what we repeatedly do, huh?
Yes. Therefore, it is not a singular act.
Boy,
it is a habit.
That one.
Habits are what we repeatedly do, not singular acts.
That's a good one. It was real simple, and it almost got away from me, but I had to rewind it and bring it back in and replay it. That's a good one.
Cam Jordan believes that the greatest quarterback of all time is Drew Brees, not Tom Brady. Jordan shared his hot take on Amon St. Brown's podcast, saying Drew Brees is the best quarterback of all time. There's nobody who has the completion percentage that Drew has. There's nobody that has the most 5,000-yard season that Drew has. It took Tom Brady an extra 2 years to break Brees' record. If you're talking about accomplishments, yes, Tom Brady. But if you want to look at stats, pat your stats. Okay, put your stats because Drew got those. When he left, there were so many records, so many that he owned. Now, after Tom retired, Tom Brady played another 2 years and broke most of them, I believe.
I like the argument. I like the argument. And
you taking Drew over Peyton?
Hell no. I mean, listen, I love the argument. This Cam Jordan, he's going to take up for his quarterback. You know, I like the argument. Then we talk about Drew Brees, still one of the best.
Yeah,
one of the best all time. No matter what, but now we're comparing them to the greatest of all time. So now you got a little bit too much dip on your chip, Cam. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love how you can find ways to
he's supposed to rock with his guy,
your quarterback, and shed a light to where you feel he's better than Tom Brady. But that's just not the case. No matter how you try to splice it, no matter what numbers you use, but no matter what percentages you may use. Tom Brady's the best to ever play.
I don't know if there's ever going to be a situation where voters, people put Drew over Tom or Peyton.
Voters, people.
I just don't see a scenario. Now I'm just saying I don't see a scenario where you're like
and it's not a bad thing. Now we talk about Drew. Drew's still one of the best of all time.
No,
but then you're comparing him to the greatest of all time.
I agree.
So then there's a little bit of disconnect. Your Wi-Fi it ain't got all the goddamn bars.
Right. I agree, but I think and you look at Drew's completion percentage, you look at those 5,000-yard seasons. Had he had more Super Bowl appearances, now we can have an argument. He has an MVP. Now we can have an argument. But with one Super Bowl appearance, one Super Bowl MVP, I don't know how we get there, Ocho. And he had, like I said, the completion percentage, I think when he completes 70% of his passes, he had 4 or 5,000-yard seasons. And, he did have passing yardage. I think he might have had the touchdown record. But you needed a few more. I mean, let's just say he has 3, or he has 2 or 3. Let's just say he has 2 Super Bowls, 3 MVPs. Now we're like, okay. I don't think he quite get there, Ocho, but I can see what people would say. It's kind of like Tom has 7 Super Bowls, 5
Right.
Super Bowl MVPs. Yes, 5. Yeah, 5. And 3 regular season MVPs. Peyton has 5 regular season MVPs, 2 Super Bowl appearances with 2 different teams, and a Super Bowl MVP. But he has 4 appearances.
Colts.
So he went 2 with the the Colts, 2 with the Broncos. So you're like, okay. I think Drew would,
right.
would need something like that in order. would need something like that.
Yeah.
But I get, look.
Yeah, always.
That's your teammate.
Always.
I got to rock my teammate. Because they asked me, well, who you want to be your quarterback, John? Man, why you say it? Because I got Super Bowls with John and I got a gold jacket with John.
Right.
I mean, what y'all want me to say? The Patriots rookie Drake Maye and his girlfriend, Anna Michael Hudson, started dating when they were 12 years old. 10 years later, they're still dating. Ocho,
when I was 12,
remember your girlfriend from when you were 12 years old?
Remember, I told a story. I thought she was my girl at the time. You know,
yeah.
I let her get my crayons out of my 64 crayon box. I let her get the red shades, and I went to PE, and she was playing with somebody else at PE. So I thought she was my girl at the time. I think probably if she was loyal during those days, we would probably still be together today. No, I think we would, because I mean, listen, I had loved her. I don't think you understand the importance of having a 64 box of Crayola crayons back in them days. That was like having a Ferrari or a Lamborghini for us as kids. 64 box of Crayola crayons, and I gave you 3 of my red color shades, 3 different shades of red. I let you use them because you need to use them, and when you go to PE, you playing with Timothy.
Well, Timothy said he needed a shade of red.
Hey, boy, after that, when they came back to class, I took my goddamn crayons back. I ain't speak up about 2 months. Don't even look my way. Yo, ugly ass.
That's okay. That's all right. Timothy was talking to her.
Oh,
Timothy probably said, don't worry about him.
Timothy couldn't do nothing with her.
He don't mean nothing.
Because he only had 8 pack of crayons. Yeah, his parents didn't get him the 64 box. So that's the same. You just talked about that message about 80-20. She left the 80 for the 20%.
Yeah. But guess what? She said, you know what? Timothy said, I got 8 pack, and her, you got 64 pack and nothing. I take 8 pack of her.
Because she gonna do it. Hey, listen, the one thing about it, if she did it to me, she gonna do it to you.
That's okay. I'm trying to think. 12?
But don't give me the line.
8?
Either 7th or 8th. Don't give me the line.
Probably 7th grade. Yeah. I ain't saying nothing because I already told you my casket gonna weigh a lot because I'm taking a lot of ish to my grave.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know I'm gonna need some strong brothers. I'm gonna need 6 of the strongest brothers y'all got because my casket gonna be extra heavy, Ocho. I'm taking ish to my grave. I'm taking it. So, oh no. I'm trying to 12. Did I have the, was I even, man, not in the 7th grade. 8th grade. Nah.
Yeah.
Wasn't no girlfriend, you know. I mean, she had a boyfriend, but I ain't have no girlfriend.
Whoa. Well, you was on demon time back in the 60s, huh?
Man, that was no 60, man. That's in the damn hell roll with you. Hell roll with you, man.
Okay. 60s, 70s, all the same, 70s. Ain't long.
Nah, what that? No. Yeah, that's. I mean, I know some people that dated. I mean, was with their girl since they were like 12,
I don't know nobody been
14. I got a lot of classmates that married. Yeah, they married. Yeah, they've been together since they were
I would have
like
to
the 10th grade.
But honestly, I don't know anybody, and it's commendable for Brother Drake May to be able to be doing this. I don't think you understand. Everybody's so fickle.
Yeah.
Oh,
in today's
well, you
time?
think just on to the next, or everybody's replaceable, and everybody is replaceable no matter what you may think or what you may feel about yourself. But everybody is replaceable. But they just bounce and bounce and bounce and just keep on bouncing until they find one that sticks.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I take my hat off to you, boy. Yeah, hey, Drake, you hail. Ocho, Russell Wilson is optimistic about potentially playing on Sunday for the first time during the 2024 season. I feel confident that I'll be ready to play at a high level. I think we're being really smart too, and trying to understand how it feels. It's my first week really back with the guys, and I feel really confident about that. Mike Tomlin said earlier in the week that there are multiple variables. He's weighed the decision throughout the week of practice, but the door is ajar, which means ajar, Ocho, which means slightly open. Wilson to be active on Sunday. You know, you always want me to use the word in a sentence. Russ, I played a lot of football games, and there have been a lot of moments. I don't fear them. Getting ready to go back.
I like Russ getting the opportunity to play. I know Justin Fields has played somewhat good this year. They started 3-0. They lost the last two, but offensively, it's not like they've been this awesome juggernaut of an offense that's top 3 in the NFL, putting up outstanding, crazy numbers, where a change at the quarterback position would really affect the Steelers. Again, I like Russell Wilson. My personal preference, even though I'm not a Steeler fan, for that offense based on his resume. His last year in Denver was not that bad. Chad, if you look at the stats, you look at his numbers, his last year in Denver, it wasn't that bad. It was good. It was decent. Maybe not the Russ that led the goddamn Seahawks to the Super Bowl, but if we can get a Russ of old, anywhere near the Russ of old, where you don't turn the ball over and you just do what we ask of you and not put the ball in the hands of the other team, they will be just fine. They will be just fine.
The Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels has exceeded expectations to begin his rookie season, including those from his own teammate. Terry McLaurin talked about the quarterback's hot start with Albert Breer saying, "I did not anticipate him coming in and hitting the ground running like that. I played with a few quarterbacks and definitely a few rookies. Sometimes it takes some time to get comfortable in an NFL system, not just at practice. Then you go into the game and it's a different animal. What's always encouraged me about him is his ability to get better every day in practice. When we would have a so-so practice, the next day he would not making the same mistakes twice. Same thing in joint practices. Then you get into the game and you see him getting better each and every week. I think it's a testament to the experience that he had in college, but it's also his preparation he puts in. That dude works so hard. He's always prepared."
I think it also has to do with what school he's coming from. Being under the big lights, being at LSU, used to the large crowds, coming from a college team that is preparing you for the next level anyway. So all you had to do was do just that, hit the ground running. Based on everything you've taken from there, everything you've learned since your adolescence, since you've been playing quarterback, you come on to the NFL, you put the right people around you. If you're in the right situation, you get what you're getting from Jayden Daniels at such an early age, such an early time, even as a rookie.
But he had 55 starts, Joe. Do you know how many starts that is in college?
That's a good thing. That's why he looked.
Most time college quarterbacks, they're red shirt, play 2 years, they gone.
That's why he looked the way he did.
Let's just say, if you play for the national championship, you're probably playing 14 or 15 games. Obviously, he didn't play for the national championship. So he's playing, basically, he's been a starter every since he walked into college. To get that many starts.
Yeah.
So it's extremely impressive. It goes to show you the work that he's put in. Daniels is completing 77.1% of his passes, the highest among all starting quarterbacks. He set a single game rookie completion record during Washington's Week 3 win over the Bengals connected on 91.3% of his throws.
Young Bull look like he been there before, man. That's the only way.
He does.
Him and CJ Stroud, they look like they've been there before.
The Bears beat the Panthers.
Hey, you saw Caleb Williams today, huh? Yeah.
Hold on. Dave Canales threw Bryce Young back in the game with 4:15 remaining, and Bryce took his first snap in the game since being benched after 0-2. Oh, so you mean to tell me the quarterback situation that don't change anything, huh?
Oh.
Huh. On the first play, he brought time and scrambled, found Miles Sanders open for a 27-yard gain. Canales did a fantastic job, but said Andy Dalton will remain the starter for next week against the Falcons. After the game, Bryce Young asked if the current situation lit a fire up in here. What you think, Ocho?
Politically correct. He's saying all the right things, but maybe that is just him though. You can tell from his his mannerisms.
That's his personality, Ocho.
The way he carries himself, that's just him, huh?
That's his personality.
Yeah, I see. I can see. Cool dude, real soft spoken. It just I think he gonna get the opportunity again. I just hope his confidence is at whenever that opportunity presents itself, that he's ready mentally, and I think it might be with the Panthers, or if it's elsewhere. I hope he's ready.
Well, until they get some weapons, they're like, don't put me back in there because I ain't gonna look no better. Because Andy Dalton, look at Andy Dalton numbers with those weapons. And everybody, oh, Andy Dalton. Woo, look at Andy Dalton. We got a large enough sample size to know what Andy Dalton is. Large enough. Plenty large. I don't care who the quarterback is. Ain't nobody, look, you better be Peyton Manning or Tom Brady to make these receivers look good.
I mean, listen, they got some nice, they got some boys over there. Now, once they get Adam Thielen back, they got Xavier Leggett, they got Mingo. They got some boys. They got Deontay.
One target, one catch.
They got Deontay Johnson. They got some nice little pieces. They just got to put that shit together. They got to put it together. And then when you have when you have question marks at a quarterback position, that means the receiver position and the tight ends have to be that much better than the quarterback.
And that's why he doesn't stand a chance. Because they're not. They're not that much better.
That's not nice, huh?
He ain't throwing to Kelsey and Laporta and Kittle and guys like that. He's not throwing to Justin Jefferson and Chase and guys like that. Even if you want to go, even if you take those top 10 guys out and go to the next 10, what guy, if I give you, how many receivers you going to go to before you take Deontay Johnson? Leggett, I get it. He's a rookie. But how many receivers and tight ends are you going to go through before you pick one off of Carolina's roster? A bunch.
That's rude.
It's the truth, though. Rookies, look at what CJ was throwing to. He had Nico, Tank Dale, Noah Brown as well. He had Dalton Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
He had nice people. Which one of those guys are better than any of the guys that I named?
On the Panthers?
Yeah. Which one of those guys is better than Nico Collins, better than Tank Dale, better than Dalton Schultz, better than, hell, Noah Brown?
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah. And they stealing all the joy from Bryce Young because they ain't doing ish. That's what I'm glad you brought that up. But man, that young man dealing, Ocho.
Well, you done took your glasses off. What? You all right?
Ocho, I don't know what to say about Deshaun, bro. I'm running out of words, Ocho. At some point in time, Ocho, this got to stop now. Cleveland hasn't topped more than 18 points in a game this season. The Browns entered Week 5 with the worst third down offense in the NFL, and they failed. They failed to convert all 12 of their third down attempts today with Deshaun in the game.
Well, hey, I got a question.
At some point in time, Ocho.
Listen, what's the issue? What's the issue? Is it mental? Is it the play calling? I mean, what do you think it is? And I'm confused. I've been watching football for a long time, for a very long time. In the nosedive that I've seen from a personal standpoint of arguably maybe a top 3 quarterback when he was with the Texans to what the version of the version of Deshaun Watson I'm seeing now. That's how
He's not even
in
close
such
to
a
his
short amount of time. How?
Barring an injury, the only time, Ocho, I can say I've seen
This
kind of
fast?
drop off from any kind of player, hold on, is through injury. If you have a significant injury, that would explain it. I could offer you, Ocho, man, you know the man tore his patella tendon. Ocho, you know the man tore his Achilles. He had back-to-back ACL surgeries. Ocho, he almost had his shoulder ripped off the bone. So that would explain the cataclysmic drop in his play. But I don't see an injury that would cause it.
Yeah, it's mental. It's
This is
mental,
up
huh?
here.
Hey, you listen, do you know how hard that is to get back, especially at that position? At the quarterback position,
Yes,
hey,
because
listen,
it's
if you
mental.
messed up mentally here and at the quarterback position, you got the ball in your hands every time. So your judgment and your mind, it already got to be clear because if your judgment in your mind and you're not healthy as well on top of that, you'll never be able to play well. You'll never be able to excel with that position. Like I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it earlier today. Well, goddamn, I'm looking at the Browns got Amari Cooper. You got Nick Chubb. You got Nick Chubb coming back soon.
Jerry
Maybe I think
Jeudy.
maybe 2 weeks. Maybe one more.
Mhm.
Njoku. You brought in
Elijah
Moore. You brought him a young bull. Damn, why I'm going blank right now? You brought him a young bull, Jerry Jeudy. I'm like, well, okay,
Yeah.
we good. We good. I'm talking about we good. I'm just saying as a fan, as a fan of Deshaun Watson, as a fan of some of them young bulls over there, man, that I enjoy watching. I'm like, okay, they're gonna compete. They're gonna compete. They're gonna have a chance, in the AFC North. And it just is not what I envision based on what I've seen in the past. And I really can't put my hands on it on
Ocho, he
why
don't
they
even
look
move
the
the
way they
same.
do.
Ocho, he don't even move the same. He don't look the same in the pocket. And I think, look, I'm not here to try to rehash and rethink anything, but I think that weighed a lot on his mind. I think it weighed a hell of a lot on his mind. And he hasn't been the same. And I think everybody knows that. I'm not breaking Ocho, you and I are not breaking news. Everybody knows. I saw the guy. He led the league his last year starting in Houston. He led the NFL in passing yards. He did that. I'm not so sure Deshaun, he's the 28, 29, 30, 31st, 32nd. He's a bottom 5 quarterback currently. Look at Joe Flacco in Indy. Look at what Joe Flacco did in Cleveland. Joe Flacco is, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read this, is 8 days younger than Anthony Richardson's mom.
Hey, Joe that old?
Yes. It's because I think sometimes, Ocho, when you have an image and then all of a sudden that image is not what was being portrayed, and people start to you start to think, how do they look at me now? How do they perceive me? And that plays with you.
Yeah.
Because you're out in the public. Ocho, Anthony Richardson talked about being injury prone.
I had a coach told me once, the best
What'd you think, Ocho?
ability is availability. We know it's a game of football where everybody running 20, 25 plus miles per hour. It's a contact sport. Yeah, it's a contact
Well,
sport.
if
You
you
got to
know
be able to
that, get
protect
out.
yourself, especially at the quarterback position. Now, because you were injured last year, because you're injured now, you might
It's
have a
not.
hip injury or ankle, whatever it may be, they're going to call you injury prone. It's going to stick. And that label is going to stick, especially if it
Yes.
starts early on in your career. So you just got to find ways to protect yourself, man. Listen, Anthony Richardson is a special talent. He's a special talent. He has a chance, an opportunity to change the structure of that Colts franchise. Not saying he's gonna be Peyton Manning, but he has a chance to get it going in the right direction along with the other young quarterbacks like the Jayden Daniels, the CJ Strouds. We just need him on the field. We need him on the field healthy and upright. So I'm hoping he has a speedy recovery. But right now, based on what we've seen the past 2 seasons, you would be just that, injury prone.
Ocho, this is where I'm going to have to disagree with you.
What is it?
Football is not a contact sport.
Hey,
Football is a
collision is
collision
it's
sport.
contact. When two things collide, that's contact. Right.
See, contact is
I
minimal.
like it.
People collide. Football, I heard somebody best describe football this way. Football is a lot like nuclear warfare.
Ooh.
There are no winners, only survivors.
Wait, what my
You don't win at football. You survive the game. You survive football. Because think about it. You say if somebody ran into you at 20 miles an hour, but you think about this. People are running into you at 20 miles an hour over and over and over and over and over and over again. 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 times a game. That's what I tell people. You want to know what it's like to play NFL football? Go to Lowe's and get your hard hat and put on your biggest coat and get 10 yards away from your garage. Get 5 yards away from your garage and run into it as hard as you possibly can 20 times. Okay, now do it again 30 times and then do it again 40 times. And I tell you what, just for good measure, come back and do it again on Thursday because you got a short week. Now you know what it's like to play football. And everybody talking about he's soft, he's soft.
Yeah.
You wouldn't last one day, let alone a season. So stop it. I love how people talk about he's soft. Bro, you don't know what soft is. You soft for the drugstore cotton. All y'all out there bumping them gums.
Yeah.
Oh, he's soft. He's soft. He's scared. Bro, there's a reason why you on your couch talking. How you was scared.
Now you know what I had to go through 2 times a year against the Ravens. 2 times a year against the Steelers.
Bro.
Shh.
Yes.
But I was able to do it without getting injured for years. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why I never got hurt?
Yes.
Nutrition.
What? Ocho, the same way people that never drank get cancer. The same way people that do eat certain things, there are certain people that eat pork, whatever, and never get a disease. But there are some people that eat everything. Boom.
Oh, yeah, it ain't.
Ain't no rhyme or reason, Ocho. What about the people that don't smoke and get cancer? Get lung cancer. Get throat cancer. And there are people that been smoking 70 years. Take their last breath. Oh, well, he had a cigarette in his hand. Some people, smoke 70 years, Ocho, and never get it. And there are people that never smoked a cigarette or cigar, never drank anything. I just stopped trying to figure out why. Look, this is the way it's intended to be. Hey, let me make the most of my time while I'm here. But Anthony Richardson, you're going to have to learn how to get down because you're never going to be big enough to run over those guys. They'll break you, bro. They'll break you. I understand you 6'5", 244, and you ran 4.4, 4.5.
Yeah. He gonna be all right though. He gonna be all right. Get him healthy, stay on that field. He gonna be all right. Yeah. I mean,
he got
you know
to
what?
protect
They got to
himself.
stop running. Hold on.
Because I'm blocking for you. Ocho, it's just like me. I'm blocking for you, Ocho, on the jailbreak screen. Okay, once you break that and you see all them 3 guys, Ocho,
the coach got to save him from himself. Stop fucking running him. Stop calling plays where he's run first. They got to change some of the play calling. I understand that you can take off because nobody's open. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But design play runs
I think when he got hurt, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been a design play run. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember.
No, he scrambled on that one, but no, but actually he got hurt the play before.
Right.
Because remember, he got up limping, he scrambled and got up to play before. And then the next one was a quarterback run, was a design run.
So that's on the goddamn Colts.
Yeah, but if I'm a defender, yes. If I'm a defender, if he ain't protecting you, why the hell should I? Yeah. They the one that's running you. I'm gonna try to drop helmet on you. Yes. So AR, protect yourself, bro. Protect yourself. They're not going to protect you. They're gonna because think about it. They go a whole game. They already done said they can't in the pocket. Mm-hmm. They got to put a blanket and get a nice little pillow and lay you down. They can't dump you like they used to. So once you get outside that pocket and you get past that line of scrimmage, boy, they tried to ooh.
Boy, it's headhunting out there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I know I would.
The rules are already in the offensive favor. Look. So, the rules are like that because they want to keep the star quarterback on the field.
If I'm a defender, Ocho, well, it's your job. Mm-hmm. It's the offensive coordinator job, and it's his job to stay on the field. Because if you break that line of scrimmage, I'm trying to split your mofo dome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. Because that greatly increases my chance of win. Hey, I'm hitting you as hard as legal. I don't want people to misconstrue this. I'm never going to hit anybody cheap unless you hit me cheap. Then I'm going to get you back. Yeah, I'm going to get my lick back. I just want you to know I'm going to get my lick back. But in that situation, I ain't going to hit him cheap. But boy,